Hey, everybody, it's Kelly Anderson, the Feeling Good Mama. Hope everyone is having a great Tuesday or Wednesday, whatever day it is for you guys. I hope you're having a great day. Let's see. I'm Kelly Anderson. I am the Feeling Good Mama. My brand is movement, mindset, and creativity, and it's all about finding your flow and feeling your best. I work mostly with women 40 plus, and it's all about up leveling, being your best self, and trying to find the most positive route for your life. So that's what I do. Hope everyone is working on yourself in that direction. I feel like if we all are working to be our best self, then we should be heading in a good direction, right? But sadly, I know all of us on this earth are not. So that's what I'm here is to try to help you guys, encourage you guys, and give you guys inspiration and hope, because sometimes that is hard to find in this world. So I really came in today. I really didn't know what to talk about because I've been so thrown off this week. My hometown is Athens, Georgia. It's the hometown of the University of Georgia. And last Thursday, a young girl, a student was murdered on campus. Where she was murdered was less than a mile from where I lived for 13 years. She was murdered going running in a park that I have run in hundreds of times. I have run this park so many times. I know it unless they've changed it. It's been a while since I've run those trails, but I used to know those trails like the back of my hand. And ever since this has happened, I just keep going back to those trails. I've had a really hard time dealing with this, and I've had a really hard time getting it out of my head, but I don't want to be bogged down by something so sad and something so negative when there's nothing really that I can do to help the situation. There's really not, except to encourage you guys to pray for the family and friends. And then, we try to move on and we try to get better. So I heard a quote today, and I guess when I heard this quote, I was thinking of it in completely different terms. But I do think that it can be used in this situation as well. And it can be used in a lot of situations. And I think that this quote is actually just extremely appropriate for the times we are living in right now. So, Chris Dew, and I hope I'm pronouncing that right. He is a YouTuber. He is a content creator. I'm actually new to him. I have a lot of people that I follow, and he's one that's new to me. But I was listening to a podcast this morning that he was the guest on, and he gave this quote: "We can't hold back the ocean. We can only learn to surf." And I was like, wow, that's a really great quote. And it's so applicable to life in general, but a lot to what we've been going through internationally, the whole world. So if you think about since 2020, we went through the global pandemic. I think every one of us on the planet to some extent felt that, experienced that, we were affected by that in some form or fashion. And then after that, we have gone through a series of changes. No matter where you are in the world, there have just been a series of, just to me, really radical changes going on. And I think when things start to change so hugely and so quickly, for entire populations, I think that's a lot. I don't know if you guys are feeling it, but I'm feeling it. I feel like a good portion of my life was pretty easy to figure out. You just grab the remote to hit the buttons to figure out what TV channel you want to watch. You had cassette tapes that you just stuck in. You went to the store, you bought whatever cassette tape you wanted, stuck it in, or even before that, records. And I feel like everything was kind of simple. And then all of a sudden, with the onset of this digital age, it just kind of blew up and it just kind of went nuts. And some people have adapted really well and some haven't. And I'm probably one of those people in the middle. I think that a lot of times I have a lot of yearning to go back to that simpler time, even before cell phones. But then at the same time, I'm kind of like, wow, look at all the things we're able to do now. Look at all the capabilities. And we're able to do so much more quickly than we could before. So, this quote to me: we can't hold back the ocean. We need to learn to surf. We can learn to surf. To me, that is all about just letting go and allowing things to happen in this life, and just being more malleable, just saying, I'm this is too big, it's too wild and huge. I can't change it. I can't stop it. So I've got to figure out how to surf and ride the wave. And that's kind of where I've been. I'm 50, and it's an interesting time to be living this way because I you know, I have a lot of knowledge and experience, but then all of a sudden I feel like at 50, a lot of that doesn't fit anymore. A lot of it doesn't work. So it's almost like I'm having to go back to college and learn a whole new way of being and living at 50, which is fine. I love it. I'm a learner. I actually enjoy it. But I feel like if I'm going to be able to keep going, to stay relevant, to keep working, I've got to learn what's going on. So this podcast I was listening to this morning with Chris Dew was all about AI and AI coming on. And so I'd love to get your thoughts on what you feel about AI. I have totally mixed feelings about AI, but his whole thing was, it's not going away. It's not going away, and we're not going to be able to change it. And like so many things that have been thrown at us these past 4 years, a lot of those things are not going away. And a lot of those things we have to figure out how to maneuver in order to live, in order to make a living, in order to raise our kids and have good lives and feel good. So I kind of feel like being the feeling good mama, I'm all about, trying to keep people thriving and happy. So I feel like, wow, it's my job now to figure out what all these changes are and how do we become surfers? How do we learn to just ride this new wave that we are all experiencing? How do we learn to ride it and actually, instead of trying to fight it, how do we grow from it? How do we become better because of it? How do we learn? How do we become better people? How do we become closer, better parents? There, I think that we need to start looking at it in those terms of this, all of this change that's going on. Let's figure out how we can use it for good, and let's figure out how we can all use it to better ourselves. And that's going to be the real challenge, because a lot of people, when they get hit with a lot of change, they get angry, they get bitter. Humans in general don't like a lot of change. And so, people will try to fight the system, try to buck it. And I think I agree with Chris on this, that we have to learn how to surf. So I want to give you guys that little idea of, as you see all of these changes going on, as you see things starting to, come into being, like AI, that we've all been wondering, how is this going to affect our lives? It's going to come. There's no fighting it. So start learning about it. Start figuring out, how can you use this? How can you ride the wave and use it to better your life? And that's what I'm all about, is helping you guys better your life. So I'm here to kind of give you a wake-up call. Like, stop fighting the things. Stop fighting the things you don't like. There's a lot of stuff going on right now that I do not like. But I have to step back and say, is this something I can change? If it is, great, let's work on changing it. If it's something I can't, I've got to learn to surf. And I'm going to put this up all over my house so that my daughter sees it. So it's a lesson to her as well. Just learn to be malleable, learn to go with the flow, and take there, like I've said many times, to everything in life, there's always good, there's always bad to everything. Learn to find the good, take it and use it for yourself, and then use it to help support everyone around you. So that's what I feel like my job is, and it's actually your job too. So I'm kind of giving you guys, I'm handing the torch over to you, that you have to take responsibility now with all of these changes going on. Instead of fighting it, you've got to say, I have a friend of mine. She's been trying to get on a call with me to teach me AI. And there's a huge part of me that's like, I don't even want to learn this stuff. I don't want any part of it. Everything that I know about it, it goes against who I am. But at the same time, I'm going to become a dinosaur if I don't. And I don't want to be a dinosaur. I'm going to be a surfer. So I'm going to get on a call with her, and I'm going to let her teach me about this AI stuff that she has to teach. And that's kind of the attitude that we're going to have to start taking, is be open. Be open, and you don't have to accept all of it. But like I said before, take what works for you. Take what's going to make your life easier. Take what's going to make you thrive. And I think that is the key thing that I want you to think about, is this going to help me thrive? Is it hurting me? Is it hurting anyone around me? If that's the case, then it's a no. But if it's not, if it's actually going to help you and it's actually going to help you thrive, then why not give it a try, and why not be open? So that's what I'm going to leave you guys with today. Just that little snippet. Snippet. I don't know. You guys tell me, is it snippet or snippet? Thank you, Chris Dew, and I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Thank you for the lovely quote today that gave me a lot of pause for thinking. And I just want to tell you guys to keep your chin up, stay as positive as you possibly can out there. It's a wild and crazy ride right now. There is just so much craziness going on. I want you to just stop and breathe and say, we got this, and we are going to be better wherever this is going. We're going to be better. And just keep telling yourself that we're going to keep getting better. It's going to keep getting better and better and better. And that's what we have to do. It's not always going to be perfect. It's not always going to be just amazing, incredible, but we're going to keep getting better, right? So that's my little mantra, and I'm passing it on to you guys. So I am Kelly Anderson, the Feeling Good Mama. Please like and subscribe my channel on YouTube if you are there. Please help me share and get the word out about feeling good and lifting up one another. And please, you guys, just stay on the positive track. Please. I know it's work. I know it's not the easiest way, but please, we all need to start getting really positive and start grabbing the hand of the person next to us and saying, come on, we got this. So if you guys have not had a chance, a little shameless plug here, my daughter and I just self-published a children's book called Violet and the Voices. You can purchase this at www.violetoleanderrose.com or on Amazon. And it's all about those negative voices. So Olivia, my daughter, wrote the book and I did the illustration. So please check that out. We would love for you to see it. It's got a very positive message. And you can always join her fan club. And she's got, we've got a Violet group coming up for kids too. So stay tuned for information on that. So you guys have a great rest of your day wherever you are. And I'll see you on the flip side.